Have you ever been humbled in life? Like, really humbled. Like, you can feel it within your bones. You're experiencing it throughout your entire body. Eventually, we all feel these humbling experiences within our life. Multiple times. Multiple times throughout weeks, months, years. It happens to everyone. Everyone gets humbled at one point in their time of life. But don't ever take a humbling experience as a failure within your life. Just laying out some common sense that you should probably know. Anything you've accomplished within your life that you're just so proud of, someone's done it 10 million times better than you will ever. And that should humble you. It should humble you completely. And that really should not make you mad. It should make you sad. It should make you depressed within your life. It should humble you. Because with that, you should broaden your perspectives on your whole reality. And what I mean by this broader perspective is taking into account of everything that goes on within your life and giving it appreciation. Being glad that everything that goes on within your life that has led you up to this present moment is amazing. Is a gift. And it should be appreciated with you full-heartedly, with your full will, as much as you possibly can, with any second of your present days. You see, when you gear your thoughts, your perspectives, your whole self towards these thoughts, you get the full effect of a humbling experience. Instead of being thrown into a pit of despair to where you think it's just such a undetrimental battle that you have to overcome, to where you always have to look over your shoulder and judge other people of how they act and their accomplishments and never trust anyone basically because of that experience that you endured that you've supposedly overcome and battled through when you didn't really even feel humble through it. As in, the lesson really was not learned. And if that lesson's not learned, you're going to be face to face with those detriments over and over again until you full-heartedly feel this humbling experience, to expand from it. Because with these experiences within life, you feel personal growth within you. You actually feel like you're growing inside and growing better, far beyond your reach within life. You broaden your perspectives. You are open. You are in tuned. You feel that reluctant feeling of ease within your life because the greater understanding of empathy within life, as in you sense empathy within your present days a lot more clearer than before. You're not as blind to it. When I first got out of college, I was jumping through hoops just to land a job so I can gain some experience to work my way into a bigger company, to earn better money, to start a family, have a family wage and buy a house, whatnot. And I had to start at the bare minimum bottom. I worked as a welder on a railroad for about 2 years and it was rough. Just the roughest people you could imagine worked there. But the funny thing is, those were the most humbling of men that I've ever worked with as well. Yeah, the hours were long. We were working close to 6 to 7 days a week, 15-hour shifts, and it was rough, dirty work. It was hot, it was cold, it was every element you can imagine. And yeah, I would complain here and there about the stupid hours and avoid the overtime because I was in my young 20s and I wanted to go out and have my life and I had money in my pocket. But all these people around me would just look at me and laugh. And I'd be like, why are you guys acting so insane? Working these back-breaking hours, don't you have a life to live? They all kind of looked at me with the same message, and it was, this is their life. They were humbled enough to work these hours. There was a couple of them, they said that they're just glad enough to earn this paycheck so they don't have to sleep in one of these rail cars that we're repairing. Now, I'm not saying every coworker I had there gave a humbling, welcoming experience. Some really did struggle and had to live paycheck to paycheck to pay for a life. They didn't mind working these back-breaking hours, but then there was other ones who abused drugs and would spend half of their check on a fucking hooker online. And experiencing that, meeting any type of person you can really imagine basically, really humbled me. It made my eyes turn rose-tinted, which means I felt that sense of empathy very strong within me. And if I heard any type of story of struggle, anything like that from a coworker about what they're going through, what they've been through, I would shine the most positive light as possible towards them. And my go-to for positivity with these guys or any other coworker basically I've ever had was my sense of humor. Because you gotta think, if you crack a good enough joke, it makes any type of situation that you're doing within your present moments go by a lot smoother, a lot more enjoyable. You just really get into it because you're feeling such enthusiasm from that joke. It's really gearing you towards that good feeling. So please, don't take yourself so damn seriously within this life. Don't think that you're better than anything that goes on within your present life. Humble yourself. Feel your wholeness throughout everything within life. Because in fact, you are one of a kind. Without you, stuff would be out of whack within this world. You play a very special role, you are very unique, and that should humble you enough with everything that you currently have presently. Even if there's something or someone out there living the life 10 million times fold more than you could ever even experience within your own present days until you are dust, be grateful for whatever that thing, person is. Be grateful for it, because they act as an example that it is possible for you to take steps, for you to live it in your own perspective. And as you're doing that, people who have not experienced what you're feeling can look upon what you're doing and convince themselves that life is not as bad as it is, that it's quite possible for them to get out of any rut that they are experiencing presently.
Saint Perigene, patron saint of all forms of cancer. We ask you for your help in asking God to heal my cancer and keep it in remission. Pray for me so that I may live a long and faithful life.